Okay, we just provided geometry, property, and support. All the support we provided a fixed support to the structure. Then go to load and definition, and I just provided a load as self weight of the structure and 12 kilonewton per meter load for all the wall load, weight of the wall. I just delete this load because today I'll tell you about how we can apply a different load in an inner beam and in an outer beam. Just go to dead load here, add, go to the member load, all the wall load will be member load, uniform force, and provide W1 as minus 12 for outer wall. Go to add, minus 6 kilonewton for the inner wall. It is just half of the outer wall because thickness is half. We provide thickness of the outer wall as 0.2 meter and thickness of the partition wall or inner wall as 0.1 meter. So the load will be just half, minus 6 kilonewton per meter. And what about the parapet wall? The wall that at the top of your building, which is for the protection at boundary of the slab or roof of the particular building. We called it a parapet wall, and weight of the wall is 2 kilonewton per meter I am taking. So we just need to assign all these loads now. This load is for all outer wall. Select that load, go to the front view and select all the floors. Please do not select the top floor because there will be no wall above the top floor. We will assign the parapet wall load at the top floor. So select all the bottom floors, then go to view and selected object only. When you click on selected object only, it will show you a selected objects only, a beam. All the columns are hide now. And then go to top view, because from the top view you can identify whether it is the outer wall or inner wall. Hold the control button from keyboard and select all the outer beams. All these are the outer beams. We are assigning the load 12 kilonewton per meter. Then go to assign to selected beam, assign, and yes. I just assigned that particular load to the outer beams. The second load will be for inner beam. Select all the inner beams. Make sure no outer beam will be selected here. Assign to selected beams, assign, and yes. I just assigned this particular load to the inner beam. For the whole structure, you must need to click on display whole structure. Now 2 kilonewton per meter load, which is for parapet wall. Go to the front view and select top floor. View and selected object only. Again go to top view. From these view cubes, select the load and select all the outer wall. Hold control button from keyboard and select all the outer beams, because parapet wall will present at the outer periphery of your building. Assign to selected beams, assign, and yes. I just assigned outer wall weight, inner wall weight, and a parapet wall weight. Now what about the live load? I just delete this live load because we have assigned a same live load throughout the structure. How can we change the live load according to the room or purpose of the room? Suppose I'm selecting a one floor, view selected object only, go to the top view. There are 4 different rooms. Suppose it is a bedroom, it's a drawing room, kitchen, and a bathroom. According to IS 875 part 3, there will be different load according to the purpose of the room. If it is a bedroom or drawing room, we need to apply 2 kilonewton per meter load. If it is a bathroom, we need to apply a different load. If it is a kitchen, then we need to apply a different load. If it is a storeroom, then we need to apply a different load. So for an example, I am taking 3 kilonewton per meter load for the first room, 2 kilonewton per meter load for both the rooms, and 2.5 kilonewton load for this particular small room. 2, 3 and 2.5. How can we assign these loads? For that, we need to find out the range of minimum and maximum. Let's go to live load, add floor load over here. In a floor load, provide a pressure minus 3 kilonewton per meter square for first room. And what are the minimum and maximum criteria? This particular column will be minimum criteria, the upper left corner, and lower right corner will be the maximum criteria. Go to the node cursor and double click on the first corner, the upper left corner. You will come to know about all the node coordinate. In Y, provide 3.2 as minimum, and maximum I am providing a height of the building, or just provide now 3.2 itself, okay, for the one floor. Define X range, provide minimum, what is it? 0. So provide X range 0. Z, define Z range minimum, what is it? What it is? 0. So provide 0 here. Now what about the maximum? Select the lower right corner, double click on that. Look at this, X is 4.4. So we need to provide the X maximum range as 4.4. And Z maximum is 2.7. We need to provide a define Z range maximum as 2.7. Close this and add it. Close. When you click on that, look at this. We just applied that particular load to the room. What is your task? Just download 875 part 1 and 875 part 2 and try to read these codes. Write down it. It's your task. Download 875 part 1, IS 875 part 1 and IS 875 part 2 and try to read these both codes, okay? Then go to live load, add floor load, provide pressure as -2 for both the rooms. This will be the minimum corner, which is upper left corner, and this will be the maximum range corner, which is lower right corner. Double click on the first corner. Look at this, X is 0, provide X 0. What about Y? 3.2 to 3.2 for one floor. X is 0 and Z is 2.7. So provide minimum Z as 2.7. And double click on the lower right corner and you will come to know about maximum range. X maximum is 6.2 and Z maximum is 5.9. Provide 5.9. Close this, scroll down, add and close. Look at this, we just applied 2 kilonewton per meter load to both the rooms. This is 2.5. Live load, add, go to the floor load, pressure will be -2.5. All the loads are downward, so we are applying a minus sign. Select the first corner, double click on that. Minimum range, in Y it is 3.2 to 3.2. What about the Z X minimum is 4.4. What about the Z minimum? It is 0. Just skip it. Then double click on the lower right corner. What about the X maximum? 6.2. Z maximum 2.7. Provide 2.7 here. Close and add it. Like that we can apply all the live load to the different rooms. Go to the whole structure and you can just change the range of Y if the function of your room is same up to the floor. Just double click on that floor. Y range is 9.6. Just change the range of maximum Y as 9.6. Look at this. This load is assigned in all the floors. Y range 9.6. What about the roof? We need to apply a roof load. Just find out in a code, okay? Just go and read once. Live load, add floor load, pressure. I'm providing -2 kilonewton per meter square at the roof. And what about the range? Y range will be the height of the building, 12.8. Minimum will be 12.8 and maximum is also 12.8. No need to provide X and Z range if you are applying a same load throughout the floor. If you are applying same load throughout the floor, no need to provide X and Z range. Okay, add and close. We just applied 2 kilonewton per meter at the roof. I just delete this combination also, and I'll tell you how we can create a combination using auto load combination function. Go to the load case detail, add, select auto load combination over here, select the load combination code as Indian code and click on the generate loads. Look at this, all the combinations are created. Then click on add and close. All the combinations are added. Yeah, because we are making plan like that, we are considering this will be a minimum 0, 0, 0, 0 coordinate. So this will be a maximum because it's my 0, 0 coordinate, and at the horizontal we will increase the X direction, at the vertical we will increase the Z direction. So it will be increasing in that particular direction. Okay, so we will come to the maximum here in this corner and minimum at the upper left corner, because my method is that to create the building. Any other doubt? Now it is clear, Madheswar? Okay. So like that we can provide all the dead load and live load to the structure. Go to analysis / print, add, close, analyze and run analysis. Look at this, error must be 0 here. Go to the post processing mode now and add, done. Okay. You will find out displacement, and you can check the displacement in this table. Just take a beam cursor, select any one beam. For that, it will highlight in the table and you can check the displacement of that particular beam individually. No, always the top left will be minimum because it is according to the UCS. Look at this UCS. 0 is always at the, when you are in a top view, so 0 is always in our top right corner, top left corner. Okay, so always it is a minimum at the top left corner according to UCS. We can find out all the displacement value. When you select any beam column, it will highlight in the table and you can see the displacement in a Y, X and Z and a resultant displacement. When you click on the maximum resultant, it will show you a maximum displacement at that particular beam according to the load, due to load, dead load, due to live load, due to generated load cases. Go to reaction and you will see all the reactions. In this table, you can find out the reaction according to the node number. If you select any one node here, it will highlight in this table. and you can see the reaction due to dead load, due to live load, and due to combination of loads in Fx, Fy, Fz, Mx, My, and Mz, all the 6 directions. In summary, it will show you a maximum value due to which load case the maximum values are coming, and what are the maximum highlighted. Envelope. When you click on envelope, it will show you an envelope load. Go to beam. When you click on beam, it will show you a bending moment diagram. If you click on the particular beam, it will highlight in this table, and you can see the value in MZ column for bending moment. For shear force, you can follow Fy column. For the shear force diagram, from these icons, from MZ, you can on or off the bending moment diagram. When you click on the Fy, the shear force diagram will be shown. Yeah, when you click on the maximum button over here, like it's a bending moment, maximum bending moment. So it will show you a maximum bending moment due to the particular load, dead load, live load, and generated load cases. You can find out what is the maximum in this. Maximum axial force, maximum shear force. What about the graph? Just click on graph. When you click on the particular beam, it will show a graph of bending moment diagram, shear force diagram in the right side. You can check the values of minimum and maximum graph. If you want to annotate a value in the table or in the screen, just select the beam, go to view, selected object only, take front view, switch on the diagram like bending moment diagram, then go to results, view value, beam results, and click on the maximum bending, end bending, mid bending which you want, and click on annotate. It will show the values of maximum bending, end bending, and bending at the center of the beam. Go to animation, section displacement. Okay, it will show you an animated diagram. Do we need to consider wind pressure and earthquake load also? Yes, we need to consider earthquake and wind. It is important. If you are constructing a building more than 10 meter or less than 10 meter also, you can consider it. But it is compulsory to consider if the building height is more than 10 meter. In thin shell element, the value of bending moment and shear force value will be minimum. How we do that? In the STAD. We can create a shell element also with the help of surface. Just create a surface element. It will show you all the results. There is a plate and surface option. But STAD is not that much effective for plate and shell elements. SAF is better. Any other doubt? In next class, we will learn how we can design a concrete structure and isolated foundation. We will do concrete design and isolated foundation. Can I tell you about the concrete design in this? How to decide reinforcement? Yeah, we are going to learn that. Akshay, don't worry. Okay, for the concrete design, go to modeling. I'm just telling you now how we can do the concrete design in this software. Both the softwares in old companies, old department, they use StatPro. Okay, but latest we are now using ETAB. In government tenders, there will be two different criteria. You can use either ETAB or StatPro, both. StatPro is somehow famous in the India because it is old software and more people know this. Go to design over here for the concrete design. In design, click on the design and select the material as concrete because we are designing a concrete structure. So we need to select concrete here. Okay, Amir, welcome. We need to select a concrete and select code as IS456. When you select the code, go to parameter, define parameters. In define parameter, we need to provide three main important parameters. We need to provide all the parameters, but three are the main. FC, compressive strength of concrete. I'm providing it M20 grade of concrete. M20 is in Newton per mm square. So, and software is asking in kilonewton per meter square. So I just need to provide 20,000. Go to FY main and provide 500 Newton per mm square. And software is asking in it is a yield strength of main reinforcement. 500, FE 500, okay. 500 Newton per mm square, and software is asking in a kilonewton per meter square. So we need to multiply it with 1000. Provide 3 zeros here. FY secondary. Just provide 500 and 000. Same. And close. Scroll down it. Select the parameter and go to assign to view because I just want to use these parameters throughout the structure. Assign to view, assign, and yes. Select the next one, assign to view, assign, and yes. Select the next one, assign to view, assign, and yes. We just assign all the three parameters. Then go to commands. In command, select design beam, add, design column, add, and take off. We are just designing beam and column now, okay? Select the design beam and assign it to all beam. Go to the front view, hold control button and select all the beams. Assign to selected beam method, assign and yes. Select the next one, which is column design, and select all the columns. Assign to selected beams, assign and yes. This is the all process, important process. We just need to provide FC, FY main, FY secondary, design beam, design column, and take off command. Now go to analyze and run analysis. Save. Go to the view output file and done. You will get this file in output. Go to results and concrete design. It will show you all concrete design results. In next lecture, I'll explain this file, how we can read this file, where to provide a top reinforcement, what are the amount of bottom reinforcement and shear reinforcement. In next lecture, we will cover all these things. What is Tekla? Tekla software is in use in India. Yes, we use Tekla also in India. Takeoff is the material quantity. Software will show you the quantity of concrete and steel in takeoff. Just I'll show you. Go to the last of that file and look at this. It's a concrete takeoff. Volume of total volume of concrete unit 24.4 cubic meter to construct all the beams and columns. Okay, it's not for slab. For all beam and column you need 24.4 cubic meter concrete. And what are the steel? 8 mm dia bar you need, weight in newtons. Okay, 8 mm dia 7311 Newton, 10 mm dia bar 2736 Newton, 12 mm dia bar 5614 Newton. Total amount 15,661 Newton. Just convert it into tons or kilograms, because in local market it is available in kg, ton or quintal. Okay, any other doubt to any member? If you have any doubt, please write down in the chat box. You are talking about which factor? Multiplied with same factor or not? Before starting a Stud Pro course, what kind of knowledge should have? Not that much important. Just basic knowledge of RCC, and if you are a civil engineer or field of civil engineer, you are from the field of civil engineering, you can learn it. No need of any special type of knowledge. Just you can understand what are the M20 grade, what are the FE 500 grade, what is bending moment, what is shear force, then it is okay for you. How we can find out when a member fail for a particular loading and how to rectify it? If the member is fail, then it will not show you the result. If the member is fail, then software will not show the reinforcement for that particular beam. It will be like beam number 55, design result, beam is failed in design. Reinforcement can't be shown like that. It will not show you a reinforcement. Just you can understand this beam is failed and you need to increase the size. If the beam is failed, then you need to increase the size of the section. Suppose you are providing 300 by 200 and it is failed, then increase the depth, increase the width, or you can increase the material properties also. Suppose you are designing the beam with M20, so you can increase the grade of concrete like M25 or M30. Like no, not included. Wastage factor and all other, you need to consider it. Can we get today's session video? Yeah, I'll send you. Please concentrate on the live session, okay? Don't wait for the videos. Before starting the session, please have a pen and paper and write down each and everything which are the important. Yeah, it's very easy. Software is very easy because it depends on the teaching method also. How is the lecture is delivered to you. Software is also very easy. Okay, Naim, that's great. Make a detailed notes. In YouTube channel, which I am teaching here, you will find out there. Just search Design Bricks on YouTube and you will find out the channel. Right now we are doing for Stud Pro. In future, I'm planning for ETAB also. For the full course, we have a structure design masterclass. If you want to learn full course of the StatPro, you can join the structure design masterclass also. In this, we will cover all the concrete design, steel design, foundation design, and all these things. Yeah, I'll share you recording. Don't worry. If mail is not delivered to you, because I sent mail twice, but some of the members saying mail is not delivered. So please go to the YouTube and search Design Breaks. Okay, you will find out all the lectures there. Yeah, we consider a lot of factors: wind factor, earthquake factor, and all the factor, light factors also. We need to consider for skyscrapers. It's somehow advanced topic. How to design a tall structure. There is one book also, Design of the Tall Structure. You can read for all the factors. Okay, guys, thank you, Bala Subramaniam. Which software is better for RCC structure, STAAD or ETAB? Both the softwares are good. In ETAB, you will find out more detailed drawing. In the StatPro, latest version of the StatPro, which is StatPro Connect Edition, it is also good for the RCC. Okay, both the softwares are good, but you will find out the detailed output results in StatPro. ETAB as compared to StatPro. But in industries, so many big companies are using StatPro because it's a old software and they have that software license. So they are not trying to switch on ETAB and all other things. RCDC. I'll cover RCDC with the StatPro Connect edition. Okay. If you join the structure design masterclass. Okay, guys. After the session, if you have any doubt, you can mail me. It's an email ID, and I think you all have my email ID. If you have any doubt after the session, you can mail me. I'll answer all your queries. I'll send you the link of the video which are uploaded. If you are not getting that mail, please go to the YouTube and search Design Breaks. You will find out it. Okay. We use RCDC for the StatPro output file. We can generate the output files. There is one function. MTech is compulsory to make career in structure design. If you want to do job, then it is, yes, it is somehow important. It will make the somehow difference from the others in your portfolio. For the specialization in structure design, it is compulsory. If you want to make your career in structure design. Structure design course fees is very nominal. Everyone can buy, right? We provide all the sessions, all the recordings, all support which you need in design, and lifetime. You have access of that video for lifetime. You can revise that lecture anytime. It's very nominal, only 2,000 rupees with the certification. We will provide you a certificate of course completion of StatPro software. Yes, you can get the job in design field. If you know how we can design the structures, you will get a job. Whether you are only have a BTech degree, you can get a job in structure design field. First, you should increase your skills. Okay, just try to increase your skills. Do work on the skills. Learn more software. Take more knowledge about the structures. For this training, we are not changing the time. And if you join the structure design masterclass, the timing will be 7:30, and you will get the recording of the that particular class, and you can watch that recording according to your comfortable time. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. The session is about to end. Thank you, guys. And I just welcome you for the next session. Don't miss the next session.